It's a fixture that always produces daring moments in as far as Zambian football is concerned. Red Arrows are taking on 15 times Zambian champions and Nkana, the most successful club in Zambian history. What a weekend this one is promising to be, as the two giants of Zambian football definitely tracks here at Koloma Stadium in what is promising to be one of the best fixtures definitely here at Koloma Stadium. Welcome to Koloma Stadium for a weekend fixture between Nkana FC and of course Red Arrows. And in the commentary box, my name is Nelson Zulu. And this is one of those fixtures that definitely always produces a cream of Zambian football. Two teams that obviously know each other so well, and of course, two teams that always want to impress their fans. One seated second on the table, and the other one seated on number 17 on the table. Two teams that are yet to win a game this season. Talking about Zanaco, who are seated on top of the table, and of course the other one is Red Arrows, and Nkana is yet to win again. What this one is, what a fixture this one is promising to be, and definitely particular game. Fans have turned up today just to come and celebrate together with their teams. Fans from Kitwe traveling together with their team, Nkana, just to come and offer solidarity and morale as the team looks forward to probably getting the first victory of this particular fixture. So very, very soon we're going to be seeing the two teams coming out of the dressing room as we are about to get underway. Exactly. So 13 times champions in Ghana will be hoping to get maximum points this afternoon.
Yeah, you saw the house. But when I read, I thought I was responding to something. Nachpanga VN. Sorry for deleting that voice note. I've seen you saw the house. But when I read, I thought I was responding to somebody else. So even the way Nachita narrated, it wasn't for you. I was narrating it to somebody else. So I just realized to say I sent it to you. My names. That's our one day at the table. Yes, we went there. I've not liked the place. It's not conducive for living with a child. One gets fair kaena. Ikuru but what is because the sliding gate, but yeah, you're like child. So it's just open like that. It's just a name as in a gate, but Taisuka Taibomba. Taisa cannot be Sadika. I don't even know if there's leakage. Tamaba ceiling board. It's not all about ceiling board, no. I can stay there if there's no ceiling board. But Kaya Monica Kaka na chip surely watch ram. But is there a leakage? Munga came for us in Shishi Beshashi rain season. So I don't know. Tina Butuki Yakudan Bukuroki Shomwan. Then the door na and to the doors to a coyote or mate to Kotakona glass, Garolisha Pansi, Monomoto Bachinataric Monam cat. So I wanted something with a drill door, then a dome cut, like I have here. Kuriatakuri. Like a Katamata was, yes. Kareba pen, there is not bad Mukati, but Spans Monica Kali. Then surrounding Yakaina Ramen, Valando Dwala Patadi, then Paduaka area, Baskin, coming up of the marine season. Remember, Dotuma apartments probably last get in. No, but here they dispose of waste. Consumer plastic, if was like Kayaka and Papa Poverty. So called the book, they shut up, win Arabic. We want next Arabic. I wish put them in me. Very quick of come. I wish put them in me. I haven't like it's even like a self contained for the toilet and bathroom. But just the place itself is not conducive. Then security wise, at least I don't either back wire by the fence. I let up and the fence is short. So I asked him. I couldn't surely because the guy found this also. The guy like now that one is a guy, he needs Monakash. And people don't know to say about the Papa. So everything that I saw, everything within me just said, there's something wrong. So I just decided to just come back home. And I did a friend today in Piano Sungisha windows in the page. I'll keep looking because my point. It's not like I wanted to run away from anybody, no. I wanted to run away from noise. I want peace. I am a shy about a pinch of where we can just talk. If I knew, I didn't know. I signed that tenancy agreement, I came and checked the house, but I didn't know to see the tap water. There are money bus. Now, just because we were better than and she feels like because she came first, but she has all the rights. So she likes to make noise and all that. She doesn't reason well, no. And she acts like a child and gets mukul. Somebody who can even tell a child, "Suma papa do, she find the mona papa." Finish she be right. Very toxic person. Every man that I bring, they shall not influence. But I'm the good reason I respect. So I don't know how she is. Every time, sometimes in the moon, Fox and Alan, but for another land. Can't she be difficult? The Paragon of Yanya, when you get a question, but jealous from no, one shower food. Take the white bag and this one bag, and then she some upon a band. I make sure there's humility. I know how to live with people. Shall I upon a band once upon a car? Why should you come no plan to for jealous? Why is that? How sure I'm going to come in one.
We'll be hoping to collect maximum points with the likes of Albert Kangwanda, Yusuf Saddam.
Yeah.
Rally moves the ball just at the fans. So that is Justin Bewe, 44 years of age. Head coach for Red Arrows. One of the best in the local league as we speak right now. And of course, ball analyst team coming in as well. Stadium, it was Nkana who definitely managed to get the bragging rights by beating Red Arrows by 2 goals to 1. We had a red card in that particular match, which honestly for some soccer fans would have actually attributed it to Red Arrows' loss. Is it going to be the same as the two teams are facing each other for the first time in the 2025-2026 season? Has been offered at the center of the stadium. 2024-2025 winner of the Zambia Premier League with Power Dynamos before he moved to winning the 2024-2025 Zambia Premier League season with Power Dynamos. Then he made a shock move by joining their rivals Nkana. But this time around, he's under pressure to obviously pull some results. With Nkana yet to win again. He played 9 games, 5 losses, 4 wins. And of course, they are yet to record a win. So what a game this game is going to be. And of course, Red Arrows, the home side, is going to be taking us underway here at Nkana Stadium with Red Arrows attacking from the left to the right. And of course, Nkana obviously attacking from the right, from the left to the right. Red Arrows from the right to the left. Red Arrows already in the half of Nkana with Kangwanda, definitely showing what he's got. With the first corner kick of the game, just in the first seconds of the first half. And of course, in the commentary box, my name is Nelson Zulu. And of course, joining me is Kezani Mbewe in what is promising to be one of the best fixtures in the Zambia Premier League. With the first corner kick, just seconds into the first half. And of course, there it comes. Nkana defending quite deep. And there is the first free kick of the game going the Nkana way with 44 seconds so far. Kezani, what a game we are likely to witness this afternoon.
Well, of course, what a game that we are able to witness this afternoon at Nkana Stadium. We are currently still already in search of their first big of 2025-2026 MTN Super League. looks like the team that has got a lot of energy, but they will need to deal in terms of defending, looking at how Kangwanda, Kim, the likes of Banda has been, they need to up their game in terms of defending this afternoon.
Throwing to Nkana. Because obviously this one is going to be taken a little quickly. Both teams just to set up in this particular encounter. Nkana a little bit aggressive and start looking for an early goal here. But it just goes wide over the bar. One of the most dangerous strikers in the Premier League. Idris Kabombo, who missed last week's loss to Michael Villa Wanderers, is back for Nkana. And of course, William Tupeko is going to be hoping to get something out of one of the most experienced players for Nkana, the 13-time champions of the Zambia Premier League.
Well, I think this afternoon we might have to change the fortune in terms of scoring goals, because we know that he's missing two games. The last time that he scored, the last time that he played, it was against Green Eagles in Southern Province, and hope that maybe that can be a piece that was missing in terms of scoring goals from Nkana.
So that's a foul.
Well,
We've got Ricky Bando is on the ground.
Yeah.
And the score, and of course, he looks quite in agony as he's holding his ankle. And if any substitution is to be made at this particular time, obviously, for Coach Mbewe, wouldn't really love to make any sub at this particular time. But on the pitch, Isiwa has Angel Luamba, who's proven to be quite also a deadly striker for Red Arrows. So probably that void could be filled. But Ricky Banda is receiving medical just in the of Red Arrows.
Well, of course, he just to drop at the back in terms of trying to drop the team defending. And of course, this has just made Chisimba not very happy, because he can't afford to lose Ricky Banda, because you know that this time he's got more energy in terms of scoring some good goals. So I think for me, he's still now he's back on his foot, and at least he's okay. He can continue playing.
So Cedric starts with Charles Kulumba. Both teams are yet to settle in this particular encounter. And of course, back to Cedric. And Cedric is looking for Kalota, but it goes out for a throw in from Nkana.
Well, I think if you look at Ali Banda, I think he's really just giving up, because most of the times he's signing just I think in the upfront there alone in terms of the striker.
Kangwanda. And of course, Kangwanda. And it's the passes Kalota in both. Back to Cedric, and of course, back to the goalkeeper. The last time the two teams met in the 2024-2025 season, so Nkana beat Red Arrows by 2-1. There was a red card in that particular match. And to emphasize on the meeting of the two teams, in the 2024-2025 season, Nkana managed to beat Red Arrows twice. 3-1 away from Nkoloma Stadium in Nkana. Of course, 2-1 here. So Nkana has got something to show off.
Well, that's been a change, sir. If you look at the other season, it was the Red Arrows that managed to beat Nkana home and away. The year that they got the league. So it's like it's all about talking about when I people, because you remember when he was with Father when he got the.
And of course, the person to the box, Kangwanda in his different position, but he's closed up quite well. And of course, he baroons it for a goal kick. So Kangwanda, 4 goals so far from the 9 games that he's played already. One of the top strikers who is actually got a boot.
Yes, I agree with you, Nelson. Since he just came back to the league, he's been scoring goals and he's yet to get to his full fitness. I know when he's fully fit, he's able to score some good goals. Yes, this time it seems like the way he's really backing on him.
So Red Arrows slowly getting ground or settling down, and of course getting ground of this particular encounter, finding a bit of some pressure on Nkana, and of course a ball into the box and a shot. Oh, what a miss! What a beautiful set piece, and of course a minutes, and you could tell that Diarra is so disappointed in himself. He was hoping to get something, and the fans were hoping to see an early goal here.
Well,
Just
that
after
was
6
brilliant.
minutes.
I think that was amazing because if you look at how he just skipped his ball in terms of Rick Panda just a simple touch creating a space for Diarra, and Diarra just shot wide. I think that was really great.
So Tiluam Sonda is already
So this is what happened. If you look at this cross coming from Chilmina or Hakim, I mean, and especially Chilmina, and that's how just shot wide. Yeah.
Kangwanda. So Kangwanda leading the attack. But of course, finds that Ricky
How he
Ricky
created
Panda
Akira.
now slicing his defense. And of course, looking for a shooting opportunity, but it's close and it comes in. The shot is weak, and Chilua could collect without so much trouble. So at this particular stage, is to fill out the defense quite well as Red Arrows. They're proving to be one of the aggressive teams. Well, have scored more goals so far in the 2025-2026
Well,
season.
that was a very good cover up by Debra Nelson, to tell you, because the more he was, Kangwanda was just trying to go, the ball was trying to go, I think he was just narrowing the space and the angle, and by the end of the time, it was all about power to shoot.
So currently, Red Arrows is seated second on the table with 18 points. Just 3 below the leaders at the moment, Sanako. So obviously, victory here will mean that they will put more pressure on sensational Sanako, Ricky Panda. And of course, a change of position, and it finds that Mumba, one of the enterprise players for Red Arrows, as he definitely uses his best to create a crossing opportunity, but he's closed and he manages to find the counterpart and then cross into the box, but just too high for everyone to catch. So much pressure in the last 8 minutes from Red Arrows.
Yeah, that was a wide, I think, share of, I think, time. If you look at him, I could have done far better than that. He was led to the ball by Akim instead of just cutting up, and I thought he could just lay, I think, to the strikers. At the moment, looks like Red Arrows are breathing fire in terms of attacking against Nkana.
So definitely at the moment, Nkana is yet to try and create more attacking chances, doing much of the defending. What's that one? And Arrows through Aking Banda leading the attack, and we have the second corner of the game. So Red Arrows already has 2 corner kicks so far. Aking Mumba was looking for a crossing opportunity just at the far end. It was blocked. But now there is a set piece that Nkana has to defend, with Chiruam Sonda looking a little bit worried, trying to organize his defense.
Well, at the moment, you just need to make sure that you sack the pressure that Red Arrows they are coming with. I think that boy, if you've seen, the breakdown was done by the captain of the side, Harrison.
And they cross into the box. This is what we're looking for. And it's not Mbewe. And now, smile a little bit as his team has delivered after placing so much pressure on Nkana. And the fans are already celebrating. 1-0 here at Nkana Stadium.
Well, 1-0 here at Nkana Stadium.
Yeah, ba. Yeah, ba. Kutu wadira. Gata wash. Saddam Yusuf.
What a cheeky goal that he has just scored.
Too bad I
So
can't
now
show you the
under
replay.
pressure, when newspaper has to look for a way.
So this is how the goal came, Nelson. I think that corner headed by Michi. Then again, he just waited within the space, and Yusuf just made the back and you finish. What a cheap finish by the captain of the side. Saddam Yusuf scores the 4th goal of this season.
So a cheeky goal, and of course it gives someone newspaper another thing to think about. So definitely, that's a confirmation there. Red Arrows 1, Ghana 0. Ghana has a mountain to climb, especially that they are coming from a backdrop of losing at home to Martin Thriller Wanderers in their last weekend's encounter at Chilata Stadium, and they're already down just 10 minutes into the first half.
Well, there's a lot that Coach Munashpepo just need to do in this team. In terms of playing the 5-minute shooters, and also like you can say, it's only good when they've got the position of the ball. When they don't have the position of the ball, they are struggling in terms of getting back the ball. To get the ball, especially when Paredaro's players they have got the ball.
So Charles Sulu was looking for a tank. So Kalota who tried to get one into the box, and then he finds it, and it's a goal! Wow!
2-0.
What a miss!
Oh, miss.
This one obviously.
Yeah, good. Thank you.
Scoring could have been so easy.
Yeah, good.
Missing from
I can get that.
Mumba. Well, Mumba could just take his time. He had the space to stop the ball, maybe to track the ball, and look at the purpose. He could have passed another goal. That would have been more misery for Nkana. Look at this cross. By Kanata, brilliant cross. He had not time, you don't right. I mean, he had no time to stop the ball and have stopped that one. What else? You can just beat you and blame yourself. Say, I have stopped this one. That was Aki Mumba, Nelson. So Munashpepo has got a lot to think about. The wave of attack he's receiving from our Red Arrows obviously is giving him sleepless and of course breathless things to think about. Right now Nkana has been cut, and what they're doing is defending, with Red Arrows trying to
Red Arrows are somewhere.
allowing Nkana to make a lot of mistakes, and probably those mistakes are resulting in something.
I'm telling you.
Kalota finds Kangwanda. An exchange of passes between Kangwanda and Kalota. And another corner kick.
These corners we could avoid.
Got a third corner kick just after 13 minutes. Francis Zulu was there to provide cover. So Chiruam Sonda once again will have to organize his defense. He's been very, very vulnerable on the set pieces. And that's how Saddam Yusuf Piri managed to find the goal. And you could see that the likes of Idris Mbombo are back to defending once again. Wow, it's sleeping dangerously.
Wow.
This place is not here.
What rather than just do things sometimes, let them just have the position of the ball when they have got the ball. At the moment, they just need to set the pressure that Red Arrows are just maybe attacking on them.
Another corner kick cuts in, but not completely clear. I think Mumba was hoping to shoot just outside the box, but his shot was blocked and it goes out for a throwing to Red Arrows.
Wow, so this is how it was. Brilliant save by the goalkeeper at the wrong position. And look at this one, a brilliant against save. Cleared, of course, by Mbombo. But that touch, that is getting the goal. And Ghana defense have done massively very well on that one.
At this particular time, the Nkana team will need prayers.
We need prayers.
They'll definitely need to pray a little bit harder, looking at how they are being pressed.
I think that's how football is. But they are not bad in terms of in attack when they've got the position of the ball.
Charles, back to Charles. Red Arrows is back to defending. And of course, a good opportunity for Nkana on the shot. But Charles Kalumba collects. The first shot on target for Nkana coming after 15 minutes. Probably this one from Francis Zulu is providing a bit of some lifeline for the team, that they can still get something.
Oh, of course, I think if you look at that green pass that he benefited and the shots at the palm of the goalkeeper, Kalumba, the former FCF player, Francis Zulu, looks like now, I think all the players are fighting their lines out. They know that they can get something out of this game, Nelson.
As Francis Zulu was shooting that, you could see some signals from Idris Ilunga Fombo saying, "Well, I was open here. You could have given me the ball. Probably chances of scoring were quite high." But it still remains 1-0 in favor of Red Arrows.
We'll come back. We'll get right.
Throwing to Nkana.
1-0. Red Arrows is one goal up. Nkana is down if they just win.
It's Nkana trying to settle this particular match. It's definitely this Banda taking this one back to the goalkeeper. Trying to start from the back and hoping to catch Red Arrows on a counter. That is Harrison Stella, captain of the side. Back to Harrison. Interesting bombo. Some good damage there. As far as Charles was looking for a cross into the box. That is Ivas Kangwa. Spending so much years playing at an international level. Ivas is back into the league, into the Premier League in Zambia.
Was really showing
how he can.
he's really showing that. Yeah, he's really showing that he's a very experienced player. The only player that we are having, I think, when it comes to the one that has got the 2012 medalist, he's still playing. I think that gives you everyone wants to watch him, and yes, he can show that he's a star. He was a star. He's still a star.
Right to Nkana. There's a foul here, said the referee, and Kangwanda is not happy. So Emerson Kangwa is standing next to the ball, and he's going to be taking this one. Though Kangwanda is still protesting to the referee, he's not happy with the decision. But the referee obviously saw something wrong with the way Kangwanda came in to squeeze himself in between, the Nkana players. So he crossed into the box from Ivas Kangwa, but there should be a retake of this one, as the referee was still organizing.
Yeah, of course, I think like the players, they were still organizing, and the referee just instructing the players where they should stand. And right now, you just have to mark it. This is where you should stand.
So Ivas Kangwa has got an opportunity to do better with the retake of this free kick. Charles Kalamba looking very, very careful in between the goalposts for Red Arrows. And of course, it drops into the box, but well defended. But not cleared off the danger. Charles Kangwa is on the ground, hoping that the referee was going to go for a foul. So talking about Ivas Kangwa, 33 years of age, made a couple of appearances for the national team.
So of course, 17 appearances, and just scored 3 times. Scored 3 goals for the national team. Should be the pride of Kasama. Last time I was born in Kasama.
At 33, probably trying to emulate what the likes of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have actually done, where they've already crossed the 35-year mark and they're still playing active football. Red Arrows now can try and press the
Thank you.
Opportunity to honestly, get the ball behind the net.
Well, 2 chances so far. Nelson that has been really late, and he's created also one. So I think for me, that was all about maybe using the accuracy and using a collective technique on that ball, because that was a very good pass that was really late. I think left by Chilimina, he would have maybe scored that one.
So there's a foul on Ricky Banda.
Oh, there's a foul on Ricky Banda. No, I've seen, I think, for the past 3 minutes, Nkana getting back into the game.
So trying to obviously convince themselves that we can still get back into the game. There have been streams of attack, but Red Arrows is still pressing for more goals here at Nkana Stadium. So Albert Kangwanda will be taking this free kick. Chiluam Sonja trying to be as cautious as he can be, knowing just how lethal the left hook for Kangwanda can be. And cross into the box, but not completely clear. Save there. The most unlikely save by Chiluam Sonja.
Oh, of course, I think he was very, very, very for that one. Right positioning, that's what has helped him. But it was going like if he was in camp.
Kick to Nkana.
He was found in a very light position. The time that the ball was short.
So Chiluam Sonja has been one of the busiest goalkeepers in the last 22 minutes of the first half. With Charles Colomba only having one save so far in this match. A shot from Francis Zulu. So probably Nkana will have to do more.
So this is how it was. That one was the goal. Very dangerous ball to handle, but the goalkeeper was got to the task because he was well positioned in between the sticks.
So Nkana has got their first corner kick of the game. So let's see how this is going to be defended. We're seeing quite a lot of red shirts in the box. So it comes. And there's an infringement on the goalkeeper, which has resulted into a foul. And obviously, Charles Kalumba will start with his defense.
Well, at least now Nkana, they are giving it. They have stabilized the game. It's all about now if they can play. You've seen they are playing two strikers on top. Idris Lunga-Mbombo being helped by what is number 8, the likes of Ivan Stanga. They might benefit and give a team a lifeline this afternoon.
So far, Nkana has lost about 5 games. And if this one ends like this, obviously it's going to be very, very disastrous for Coach Mwenya Chipepo. So he has to look for a formula that will allow his team to get back into this account. And now, an exchange of passes between Charles Francis Zulu and, of course, Idris. Charles Zulu and Idris. I
think that was a good movement done by Charles Zulu and also Idris Mbombo. I think this combination is true. The striking coach from Ghana, I can tell you that it's looking good. The combination of from the right, from the left wing, Charles Zulu, and also you look at Kanwa.
So some good opportunity there for Nkana. Nkana slowly finding themselves into the 18-box yard of Red Arrows. Probably Coach Chisimbe will have to caution his defenders that they should not take, Nkana rightly at this particular stage. Interesting Bombo could be very dangerous if such kind of strings of, crosses into the box continue coming in like that. There is also an experienced Ibasi Kangwanda. But the ball is intercepted. Very, very important interception. Kalota. Katebe. Back to Katebe. From the captain and of course Kalota will definitely do his overlapping. Just to try to find something here. Katebe. Kangwanda. Back to Katebe. And of course, Captain Yusuf coming in just to provide cover there. And across into the box, there is Aki Mumba there. And the ball was directed at him, but I couldn't find it. But Ricky Banda manages to bring it in and across into the box. But the cross was short-lived as it was intercepted into the box by the Nkana defense. So Nkana slowly getting the formula of Red Arrows and of course closing in quite well. Beautiful into the passes. And of course Idris has got a shooting opportunity. but he was blocked, and Nkana has got the second corner kick of the game.
Yes, also, of course, there's a player that is the acting moment should be on the more like he's on the ground and he's seeking for medical attention. So I think before the corner kick is being taken, Aki Mumba needs to be looked upon what's the problem. But when it comes to Nkana, also I can tell you that just now, I think they are showing that they can play good football in terms of now they are able to stabilize, and that's what the team needs to do.
So we've got a player who is down, but the referee is being signaled to obviously look at a player who is down, and he's receiving medical attention just right at the edge of the 18-yard box for Nkana.
Well, I'd be very surprised if that corner was being taken. Yeah, now Akim Mumba is just running towards where the corner kick will be taken.
So the corner kick comes, and the toss. And wow, beautiful! What a save! A beautiful save. Charles Kanumba definitely rescues his team at this particular moment. What a save! A very good cross into the box, and we've got a player who is down.
Oh, it was a very good cross, and the exchange of headers that would have just resulted into a goal. You can see there was a tussle, yes. After that corner was taken by Zulu, and look at the second corner being taken, and this is how the Ghana tried to squeeze in, but Kanumba was got to the task in terms of handling and fighting for that ball.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely some beautiful football from the Zambia Premier League. You could see Idris Mbongo complaining to the referee, and of course, trying to express his displeasure at certain decisions that were made, as the Nkana player is actually being attended to. Talking about Matthew's Banda. In the meantime, we have got a cooling break just at the 29 minutes mark. So what a beautiful 29 minutes of the first 45 minutes of the first half. Only one goal to show for all the attacks that we've seen so far. Well, I think obviously Yusuf Saddam getting the goal for Red Arrows.
Well, I think if you look at how the game started, Nelson, it was all about Red Arrows trying to make sure that they could have just punished Nkana, and Nkana, right now as we are talking, they are lucky that they just go behind. But the pressure was too much. Within 30 minutes, I think the pressure has been too much. We saw maybe 15 minutes, just the time that they started really, I think, still stabilizing themselves. And that's the reason we've seen now they're just from having a corner kick. And if they're giving up this time, I think for me, it's something that you can now say, maybe a goal is coming. So for me, 30 minutes has been the game that I don't know the chances that they've had. We've seen 2 chances missed by Tiara, but it looks like now in Canada they're stabilizing and they're need for it.
So probably when it's people who have to do some magic here to get this team back into the game. When you look at his substitute bench, he's got a pool of experienced players in the likes of Jacob Igulube, Diego Apanene, and of course he also has the likes of Lazarus Kambole, who possesses a lot of experience. Probably they could come in at the later stage of this particular game and provide the much needed experience needed for his team to get back into this match.
Oh yes, Nelson, like was spotted. The team that has got on substitution bench have got Lazarus Kambole, a great experience that is bringing up Zesco United. He played very a good game. I hope Zesco United reach as far as the semi-finals in the CAF Champions League. So maybe at one point we must be able to see the likes of the experience, the former Forest Rangers player, Diego Apanene. Look at Clement Mwabe, also that vast experience that he brings in still on the bench. So also the youngster Conway Patrick also should be coming up maybe at some time.
So far on Idris Mbombo. And you could see Cedric denying, having gone so hard on Idris. But at the end of the day, he accepts and, of course, definitely shows sportsmanship by punching the back of Idris, just expressing his, obviously, apology for a bad tackle on Idris. And Evans Nkana is going to be taking this one. And by the way, Evans Nkana is the elder brother to Kings Nkana. So definitely providing some good example to the young brother who is doing very, very fine at an international level.
Well, it's all about this, the experience, it's all about also the discipline. Because it's very few to see players who play the
very good push there. The referee saying there's something wrong in that push there. And that's another foul for Nkana in a very, very dangerous position right there. For the Arrows at this particular moment, they're now feeling the pressure that the 13 times Zambian Premier League champions can actually bring.
Of course, they are feeling pressure. Kamba wanted just to cut over that one because he was almost there. I think dribbling the defender and was almost going. I think before that, look at this experience that he brings in. He puts the ball to the right leg and he was almost really cutting over it there. And it's a free kick to Nkana.
Definitely two of the best players who've played for Zambia national soccer team. Talking about Kangwanda and Evans Nkana. Definitely going head to head right there. The free kick is taken, and of course there it comes, but it goes out for a corner kick to Nkana.
What's the pressure now? Looks like in Nkana they are really stabilized the ship. I hope they can benefit from the pressure that they are mounting on Red Arrows. They can have a goal, I think, for me, well and good, and we can still have a game in our hands.
So another corner kick here.
Okay.
Well defended. What a beautiful cover by Matthew Banda. A very, very poor pass, giving Mumba an opportunity to lead an attack for Red Arrows. But he delays a little bit, and he definitely encounters some resistance. Nkana now shaping up in their defense. Harris Salah changing position, but this cross is not complete. Trying to look for a shooting opportunity, and there is a foul, says the referee right there.
Come on!
An offside.
Yeah, it was an offside. I thought that.
You already know what in free kick and offside.
They would have just chosen to go wide to Charles Zulu. Maybe he could have made something out of that pass. But when it comes to really playing, I think now Nkana they are really getting into it.
So now the game is slowly opening up, and of course Nkana creating some looks in the Red Arrows half. Exactly. Trying to create some opportunities. Ricky Banda on the ball. Was looking for Tiara, but his pass was shots. But there is Kangwanda to receive that cross. Kangwanda trying to dribble his way through. Of course, the foul committed. Of course, the two players also understanding each other quite well.
Akemanga mode tamba 1-0. Red Arrows are ready being.
So we've got another player who
Nkana is down.
the medical team has been caught on the pitch.
Hii bora kwa swala wine hii kere na iwan.
Who is on the ground?
This afternoon. Yes, of course, they could have considered a goal. Also, but the program very
De brero wa bwele kuingia ruila pona
The
pona.
chance that they are just listed.
Ui tushotesha tu papa.
It was a brilliant that really broke, and they are able to build up from somewhere. One thing that I really like, if you look at how Nkana they are playing in terms of the midfield, when they are in the position of the ball, they are able to move and they are able to pass each other. If it doesn't land offside, I think for me, if he could have just chosen to go wide to Charles, I think they could have just made something out of that pass.
So free kick to be taken by Turon Sonda, who's been very, very busy. He's already considered a goal.
Thank you.
We're considering the 10 minutes of the first half. Since then, Nkana has been pushing to find the equalizer in this encounter. Evans can go. To Evans. And of course, what a beautiful tackle there. He was actually looking for
what you share with VTV Sports because I want to know. Let's push the numbers.
This one. Back in the one half to provide cover in defense. And cross into the box. Honestly, interesting on Bobo was the target. But a very, very important interception. Now, Kakwata can use space just to
Yellow card
the box and a free kick committed by Matthews Banda and the first yellow card of the match.
Was the first yellow card of the match, Nelson, committed by Matthews Banda, the former under-20 player. Who's the only player that has got who scored a goal for Ghana this season. That boy is really, I think, a very good player. He's coming up very well.
MB is a good player.
Chance, you can wonder. If you could have just capped that one, was going to be in danger, I think, in terms of crossing that one. So I think it's better commit a foul and take one for the team.
So the referee is waiting for Matthews Banda just to stand. Of course,
so this is how it was committed. Getting on the creeping on Kangwanda by the young rats, former under-20 international.
So Albert Kangwanda is okay to continue playing. But Matthews Banda is still being attended to by the medical team. I think that he should be okay. This particular stage, obviously, when each people wouldn't really not to lose one of his dependable defensive midfielder in this particular encounter. You could see the worried face of Wendy's people.
Two great coaches, Elijah Turner, the former Zambian international, the regent himself. This combination should be really bearing fruits very soon. This football, how football it is sometimes. You've seen and you assess down Ghana plays, Nelson. Not very far from starting innings the games. They play good football, but they are lacking the edge. But this afternoon, they are looking very sharp. This combination of the likes of so this is the confirmation of Matthews Banda being given a yellow card. The first yellow card of this game.
So freaking to Red Arrows, Jason Bombo is back once again to try and provide more soldiers in the 18 box just to defend this set piece by Red Arrows. So we've got two players. There's Albert Kangwanda and of course Aking Mumba. Two free kick spots for Red Arrows. Let's see who's going to take this one. And it seems like it's Kangwanda, but Aking takes it, but not very far as Zimbabwe was there to defend this one. But it goes out for a corner kick to Red Arrows.
Was a corner of Red Arrows. Something like the pressure that Red Arrows have been really mounting on Nkana.
Takes the one. It's well taken out. Give us Kangwa.
Well, let's not be casual, guys. Let's get it to the next man.
Cedric for Red Arrows. To the goalkeeper, Charles Kanu. So 41 minutes played, Red Arrows 1, Nkana FC 0. Obviously, that was too long for Aking Mumba, who's changed possession, obviously coming to the left.
Well, of course, the interchange of positions. And one has gone to the right, Aking Mumba has come to the left.
Another throw into Nkana. This Banda's going to take this one. Cross into the box, and too high, goes out for a goal kick. Just what is it that you feel, Nkana needs to do just to get themselves back into this particular game.
Just score a goal, not too worried about it. We need to score.
To play their game in terms of playing through the midfield, because they're back to the midfield, they've got 5 players in the midfield. When they're in the position of the ball, they need to go through the passes, the interchange of passes. Like we saw when Idris Lungambombo and Charles Zulu, they are really interchanging the passes. They are able, I think, to be very deadly and offensive. The goal might just come. But now what they need is to keep on fighting, keep on playing. Keep on playing the way the coach has instructed you. I know when they are in position of the ball, they are very good.
From Nkana. That is Chileshe.
Hey.
Chileshe brings it obviously back to Deborah Francis. Deborah Francis
All right, Lord Shedding Chitabad,
was looking for gift assistant. That's Nkana. But this pass is short-lived. Harrison Salah. Back to Matthews Banda. Kind of looking quite stable in the last 10 minutes. Finding a little bit of some pressure on Red Arrows. So there'll be 3 minutes of additional time for Nkana. Ultimately, they've got 6 minutes to get back into this particular encounter and have a free kick. So they've got a free kick, and let's see how they're going to utilize that free kick. So there'll be 3 minutes of additional time. So there will be 3 minutes of additional time. And Nkana trying to still look for a goal before the end of the first half. So 4 Nkana players in the 18-yard box and 5 Red Arrows players in the 18-box yard. And across the box. But what intercepted, and it goes out for a goal to Nkana. Nkana still putting so much pressure on Red Arrows, hoping to get something for the end of the first 45 minutes. So there's a corner kick here. And of course it comes, but it's defended, but not completely. Wow, what a beautiful chance, and it goes out for a corner kick. That was obviously a deflection just right in the box. But what a beautiful shot taken by Eva Skamboa. And another cross into the box. It goes out for a goal kick. So right now, Red Arrows can breathe a little bit with 45 minutes and 3 minutes of additional time. So Red Arrows has got 3 minutes to defend their 1-goal lead here at Nkana Stadium. Ghana has got 3 minutes to see if they can get back into this encounter. But obviously, as the two quarters will be going out for a break, obviously they'll have a lot to talk about with their teams, especially for Mwenya Chpepo. We'll be hoping to devise another mechanism in terms of how his team can get back into this particular encounter. So far, they are living dangerously. They are already down here at Nkana Stadium. Red Arrows still enjoying a slender 1-0 lead so far. A goal that was scored in the 10th minute by Captain Saddam Yusuf Piri after a defensive error from a set piece from a corner kick.
Come on, Karampa. We can win this game.
That is Charles Zulu. Still looking for a real opportunity, probably to hit Red Arrows just in the dying minutes of the first half. Red Arrows doing very, very fine in terms of closing up the gaps. So, Chilwell came under pressure from Ricky Banda and decided to kick the ball out of play. Ricky Banda was the target of that one, but Deborah was there just to make sure that the Nkana defense is intact. Red Arrow still looking for a cross into the box. Wow, what a save! Beautiful save by Chilwell Sonta. Something that obviously Red Arrows players and of course the supporters thought it was obviously getting into the net. But what a save! And we've got a player that is down, Saddam Yusuf Piri. He's still down in the box. But what a beautiful save! A beautiful cross into the box. Look at that. From Saddam Yusuf Piri. And of course, Chilwell Sonta was up to the task just to make sure that he keeps his team in the game. So the 3 minutes that have been added are almost up. And of course, Red Arrow still leading by 1-0. But obviously, kudos to Chilwell Sonta for making streams of defending and of course, saves in the first 45 minutes of this particular game, just to make sure that his team, as they're going on halftime, they will have something to play for as they get back for the second half. But what a game it's been here at Coloma Stadium. And I'm sure that fans are excited with what they were able to see here. Saddam Yusuf Piri being led out of the playing field by the medical team just to be attended to. So probably this will be the last kick of the game before the end of the first half. The referee looking at his watch. But in Ghana, they do not have any time to lose as they are hoping to end the first half with the goal. And a shot!
Nice one.
Slightly over the bar. A very beautiful opportunity to shoot just outside the 18-yard box by Harrison Salah, the captain of the side.
Captain Fantastic. Mudolewa.
The spirit and the morale of the team. And of course, this is how it happened. And just like. And well, ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of the first 48 minutes of what has been excellent play. You could see that Nkana players, the likes of Deborah and of course Harrison Salah, are still protesting to the referee of a certain decision that they did not like. But obviously, the likes of Kangwanda, they have had their share of some beautiful football here. And this man has had a very, very tough job to do. But only one yellow card so far has been shown to a cynical challenge on Kangwanda. But after so much exciting attacks from both sides, we only have one.
Okay, bora walimendo wale bumbusha. Wale fa ishokuina pijupile fi. Pijupile fi. Wa peacemaker na momana.
chance, and also 2 chances that he could have scored that one. So I think for me, only looks very amazing. Good chance that the Gunners were able to stabilize the ship and the way it ended towards the halftime, they fought so hard. Sounds like they started having some chances. Let's look at the chances that they decided, of course, they could have taken that speed. So what the fans were expecting from that position. The intention was good, maybe just a bit of power. Well, I think it was not really a bit of power, but it was a long take that you use as a player. Because if you look at how it just became, that was a laying up, a cross. It was on the ground. It missed that one. It missed the inside boot. It can't keep on for goals. So the ball is spinning when it's spinning. And of course, the defenders won't allow you to have that space. Let's talk about the goal now by the captain. Nkana could have defended better for me. This is But of course, that cross is what I think it was really. The space was created when they just getting the ball. When it comes from videos, down, meaning that Saddam benefited from that. He was at the right position. Yes. And what a Chico. Yeah. What a Chico. It was created again, biggest place when you see him scoring that. So it was a goal. I think that's what you get when you are just around expressing the positioning of your I think benefit from that. So that in this game, so because they give chance. First, yes, it was not a good right. Let's look at the moment that could have doubled their lead by taking it from the goal out and across. That was the miss. After missing that one, he just goes there and beats them. I think that's what you say about that because there are 3 chances. Looking at the cup and the judge, from but that moment started we still debating. I said I could have put my team, I would have scored the second one. I think for me it would have been maybe I think the whole people. You're questioning how Nkana defending this now going to that moment from the corner where the goalkeeper to twist and fight up, but it wasn't enough. You had to scramble as they couldn't hold it on. But as for Nkana, their own chance, temporary chances with that header that would have maybe wonders that this is what do you think maybe was it to bring it back or just go for the ticket? Well, I think he could have just gone for the ticket because he had what space he was able to look at the football and say, I think I can shoot this one. But this is what we say. Like, look at the heart of Victor. Before that, we saw him clearly at a situation whereby somebody shoots and he does the players. They find it. This afternoon, I think he's going to put him as a defender. He defends with his hands. And in terms of when the position is able to find a space and come forward, that tells you that the boy really wants to score. He's a defender of the right. He wants his team to win. I think for me, that's what the team is all about. That's the last 15 minutes for Ghana. It's a team wanting to score. Not a team getting stable. I think we've seen the experience that the likes of Peter Silva has. He's not panicking on the ball. That tells me, like the Canada which was saying, the likes of skill that the likes of the has. He doesn't panic the ball. But I think those like that they can be for that. And of course, I've been kept in this for me outside by their goalkeeper. Look at the steps that is producing this game. Do you see
this moment, would you say kind of just leave it? Yeah.
Look at Chirua, how he just sent that one. Because was at the right time and right place. Because such moment it's very difficult to handle because some boss just come to some that became distracted by the but he was at the right place. And that's how we helped the team. At the moment, we are the best keeper. And we have considered already maybe 3 goals. That's why that's
it's showing that it deserves to stand. But of course, what should both sides do? Let's start with that quickly. Obviously, looking at the statistics we have, we can think what the teams can do. So, definitely, now we think Readers have dominated this game with shots to do about 6 attempts have been done in terms of the shots and of course, and Red Arrows has 4 on target and 3 from Nkana. And of course, the corners are also in favor of Red Arrows, 5 for Red Arrows. Of course, in terms of 4 corners for Red Arrows. And Nkana also their own moments in terms of corners. But let's talk about just the chances created, the shots on target, or quickly from those, what should be done in the second half to enhance Nkana to come back, probably maybe win.
Well, I think they've got experienced players, I think, also strong the bench. Because the veteran, a lot of stuff, but also in terms of the defense, in case you score and you want to keep the scoreline the same way it is. So I think they still have got some players they can back on. But always they just not very bad team that they kind of work. Yes, they just need to up in terms of being very good in terms of the fourth, in terms of the second. For me, in the seventh, they are big wasting. They can work on that one. They still have got the game and they are playing good.
Definitely, of course. So let's see what's your 45 minutes of prediction.
Well, looks like I smell a goal from Ghana. They might just score a goal because I think they are. I see the front line in terms of how it is looking. The rest of Ivan Skangwa, Suru. I think they have got a team.
All right, I will still be back and just look at those moments. Of course, the second half is just about to kick off at Koloma Stadium. It is Red Arrows that are leading by goal to Leon against Football Club. It is Bola and Top Staff. We're back with Nelson Solim coming to possession, and of course, it's going to be joined by Kesari Berry. Stay tuned.
The long-awaited MTN Super League is here and it's live on Top Star. This is more than football, it's pride. Subscribe today and watch it all live in HD on Top Star and start the program. The official broadcaster of the MTN Super League. The long-awaited MTN Super League is here and it's live on Top Star. It's rivalry. It's greatest football league takes center stage. Heroes unmade. Finals collide and passion tries. From Gateway to Lusaka, from Ndola to Matsavuka. Oh, we cheer. It's alive on Top Star, the MTN Super League. Our game, our pride, our home. Subscribe today and watch it all live in HD on Top Star and the Star Times owner. Top Star, the official broadcaster of the MTN Super League.
So no changes so far from both sides as we get back for the second half. Doing 1-0. at Nkana Stadium. The goal that was scored in the 10th minute by Captain Yusuf Saddam Piri. So Managed People obviously has had a very, very good talk with this team in terms of how they can actually get back to this particular game. And as we prepare to start the second half, as of half time, Tundo Stars against Kampala Blades still 0-0. Red Arrows 1, Nkana 0. Green Eagles 0, Zanaco 0, Mines United 1, FC Leopards 0, and of course Martin Frida Wanderers 0 and Cabo Warriors 1. So we are underway here at Nkana Stadium with Charles Zulu leading the attack for Nkana, and of course across into the box, but well collected by Charles Kalumba, who's been very, very good for Red Arrows, tipping Red Arrows into the game. The last time the two teams met here at Nkana Stadium, Nkana edged Red Arrows by 2-1. But it doesn't really seem so likely that probably that could be the result at the end of the 90 minutes. Obviously, Red Arrows being very, very aggressive. They are yet to lose a game in the 2025-2026 season. They are the second only team that is yet to lose a game so far. Season. With Zanaco also yet to lose a game. Nkana trying to start more life as well, just as they started the first 45 minutes. Two players are down in the box. So Evans Kangwa being one of them. But it's good to see that both players seem to be okay. So there's Abraham Chilimina and Evans Kangwa as well. So it was just a show. But both players are okay. So Branch Limina okay as well. That's a foul to Red Arrows.
Well, that was a very good interception because Nkana looking very sharp in the second half, Nelson. And Chilmina had just to sacrifice himself for that attack.
So that's a foul on Akin Kumba. A foul committed by Kendrick as well. Brad Chilimina is going to be taking this one for Red Arrows. So if it ends like this, that means that Red Arrows will definitely go on 21 points. Just a point behind Zanaco. If at all, Zanaco does not drop all the three maximum points.
Yes, of course. I know being at Independence Stadium in Joma, sometimes it's very difficult because you look at them, they look so good and they look so very active in terms of the ball. So if you remember this, it means that they'll be just a point behind Zanaco.
Idris Mbombo could not finish his chase for that particular ball, as you could tell that he felt a little bit discomfort, and it seemed like he has experienced a muscle pull. Remember that he missed the game against Martin Frida Wanderers, and of course he's down, and the referee has stopped play, calling for the medical team to come in, and of course for the stretcher as well. And it doesn't look so good on Idris.
Well,
maybe we should see the likes of Lazarus Kambole coming in as well.
Well, it doesn't look so good. I can see that he's almost in tears because these are the very tight moments where your team is failing to score and you are not helping your team. And his dad is signaled like his dad is going out, you can't manage. This is something that is very bad. Look at him. He's in tears. The tears not because that he's injured, but also you're looking at where are we on the table. Oh, it seems like, is he going out or it's a signal that he will continue?
So Managed People is preparing two players to come in. Just number 17, Jacob Mungulube is coming in. And of course, Jet 45 as well. That is Lazarus Kambole. So, Idris Mbombo is out. Lazarus Kambole is in.
Idris out wamona walikuwa tomtima sani
From when
ishupile
So another one that is Kangwa. Big substituted.
Of course, we have Jacob Mungulube coming in for Evans Kangwa. What did we say that it's life for life? What? It's life for life?
No, it's a force. It's a force substitution when it comes to Idris Lunga Bombo, because these are the moments that we know that he's been a top scorer before in this M10 Super League, and I decided to see him in tears that matching out of the pitch.
Wasantiara. Dispossessed. Nkana from the back. Losing the ball in a very, very dangerous position. Wasantiara can come, looking for a shooting opportunity, but finds the Akim. But Akim is Akim Mumba was in an offside trap.
Oh yes, was in an offside trap. I thought that the time Santiago was supposed just to get on it. Don't give, because you would have just sensed that in terms of Hakim was in an offside position.
So nothing much has changed in terms of the system for Mwenye People with the introduction of the two players. That is Jacob Mungulube and of course Lazarus Kambole as well. They're coming to replace two players within the same system, which is 3-5-2. Charles Zulu. So that is Francis Zulu. Some beautiful football from Nkana, but they lose the ball. Katema trying to shoot off three players, but obviously too much, even for the experienced Katema. Branch Illumina definitely doing what he does best.
Or a bit of a jabbing header, making sure that the ball is secured, passing to the goalkeeper.
Tangwata. They cross into the box, but Chilobox Sonja is there to make sure that it's connected. Charles Zulu. What a turn. Some holding on into the west. Branch Illumina goes into the referee's booth. Flushing after the Nkana game. Well, you know, we are the Nkana defender. So look at this one. Was what a brilliant skill. Look at the 10. Ghana set degrees 10 and what an option. Chilmira just goes on hugging and just getting hold on him and he gets a yellow card for that. Fans love to see that.
Oh yes, it was brilliant. What a shame. That's the Charles Zulu that we know, of course. Talking about Charles Zulu, that experience that he brings up, he's played for Azam before, played for Cape Town City before. I think that is marvelous bowling. And now you can see the heart that everyone, the likes of Kambole, the likes of Francis Zulu, wants to score and to start winning games.
So definitely we're seeing a lot of hype here. So Chilimina, a confirmation of the yellow card here. After that, some tussling, some hugging with Charles Zulu.
Oh, no option for that.
It was a turn.
He knew that he was going to go.
Turn.
Yeah.
Free kick to Red Arrows, taken by Michi. And of course, it goes wide to Cedric, back to the goalkeeper. Of course, a long one targeting Akin Mumba. So Charles Zulu once again using his best, and of course his dribbling skills. But no foul, says the referee. Sat down. Looking for Akin Mumba, but Akimba's way behind. Kind of looking quite different from obviously the Nkana that most of the fans actually saw in the first 45 minutes.
The skill that Gibson Sister is bringing up, I think, is amazing. Looks like the confidence is just around the Nkana team. What they just need to do is let us take on them now.
Well, Nkana is now proving to be a team that is looking for an equalizer here at Koloma Stadium. That should be a foul. So, a foul committed by Jacob Nkulube on Alassane Diarra. Alassane Diarra has been one of the most consistent midfielders for Red Arrows.
How Alassane Diarra was and just glimpsed a bit, and that's how the foul was committed by the captain of the side.
So, free kick to Red Arrows. So definitely taking it. He was actually looking for Kambata, but that was an interception. Goes out for. So out of the 10 games that the two teams have actually played, Nkana has a better aggregate, having won 6 out of 10, with Red Arrows winning 3 and 1 draw between the two teams. So getting into this encounter, Nkana were seated on a more comfortable position, especially in terms of the record against Red Arrows. That is Jacob Nkulube.
Well, we're watching a better team now.
A better team as compared to the first half.
So now I can tell you what has just changed is all about following up and then kind of wanting to get the second ball. Now, if you don't get the second ball, it means that when you are in possession of the ball, someone is following you up. In case of dispossession of the ball, then you pick up that ball. So you can see the front line, that's how they are playing now. It's like Campbell is in front and being assisted by Chisala also. So I think for me, we've got now a better Nkana who is playing good football.
So the referee spots an handball. And Yusuf Saddam Piri is trying to express his innocence. So Red Arrows is preparing the first sub of the game, bringing in just number 10 and Ricky Banda seems to be the player that is going to be substituted. Throwing to Nkana. So Nkana expressing the sense of agency every time that the ball goes out for a throw-in. Charles Sulu. Of course, Jacob Nkulube. Jacob Nkulube finds Campbell. And they decide to go wide. And they cross into the box, but intercepted. Just as far as Kendrick Mumba. Back to the goalkeeper. That is Debra. Charles Sulu. Charles Sulu now playing more of a utility player. Finding himself just where the ball is. That is Kendrick Mumba to Jacob Nkulube. And of course, a good pass to Charles Sulu, trying to find a shooting opportunity. And he falls into the box, but the referee ignores that. You could hear some shouts from the fans who are hoping that it could be.
Kabadi.
Not going to give it, but there is a foul given here. Where Ricky Banda was fouled.
Well, so this is how it was. I think that was brilliant run by Charles Zulu, but I believe that was more of he went a bit soft on that one. But in terms of position, that was a brilliant really run by Charles Zulu.
So Mitch Gesima is going to be taking this one for Red Arrows. course, a change of play. Kangwanta. Back to Kangwanta. Kangwanta still in possession. But he's dispossessed. Nkana pushing for an equalizer, but they lose it. Centric being involved, but not going so deep because he recognizes his defensive responsibility. Kangwanta process, but it goes out for a corner kick.
Well, I think he knew that that one, the angle was closed. What he just did is that to benefit from the corner, and that's what he did. You saw even the time that was shooting, it's all about maybe I can have a corner. So look at this one. This is how Charles Zulu was cutting over it, and maybe couldn't a bit, but I believe that he had to wait. I think maybe a bit quick. I think for me, he went a bit soft. That's also maybe the referee was not even concerned about him.
So Ricky Banda is substituted, and of course, coming in is Joseph Peary, wearing just number 10 for Red Arrows. Meantime, Nkana have got a corner kick to defend here. Red Arrows hoping to get something out of this, so that's a confirmation. Joseph Peary comes in for Ricky Banda, who definitely receive an applause from the technical bench. So the corner kick comes in, and wow, top. Wow, what a beautiful header there. Talking to Nkana. So Nkana momentarily, we are living dangerously there. A very powerful header.
Well, I think after a good play by Nkana, then you are expecting that. Of course, that's how football is all about. And that was a very, very difficult header one. But look at how it was Nelson. At the space of defending, and that one was just coming Charles and was going to make a very good pronunciation of introducing himself into on the pitch.
Exactly. So obviously coming in just to show the impact of that particular sub. Joseph Peary taking advantage of that beautiful cross into the box, heading it just straight to the top bar. Obviously, a sigh of relief on many people's obviously face. So Nkana is just chasing for the equalizer, and that is now Alassane Diarra looking for who to exchange passes with, but unfortunately his pass is poorly directed. Obviously he was looking for Joseph Peary, but Joseph Peary was close to marked. But Alassane Diarra is once again involved in another build-up. So 62 minutes played, Red Arrows 1, Ghana 0. Ghana still chasing for an equalizer here at Nkana Stadium, and hopefully that they can get something as they'll be traveling thousands of miles back to Copper Belt.
They were 357 kilometers, so 360 kilometers. 1,000
For Ghana, the problems are quite deep. Against the defending champions, Power Dynamos. So for women's football, we'll definitely have to do a lot of thinking, especially when they're moving from one tough game against Red Arrows to another tough game against Power Dynamos.
Well, that's how football is. If you want to win the championship, you just need to make sure that you are ready for any team. There are no rest teams, there are no small teams, but of course, what identifies maybe the giant of the team is the statistic that you hold, isn't it?
Exactly, and of course, statistics are showing that this season is not so good for Nkana. They're yet to win a game. They cross into the box. The goalkeeper comes out and, of course, has a touch on the ball. And a shot! Wow. So, Joseph Peary barrows it over the bar. It was a very beautiful opportunity for the substitute, Joseph Peary. This is the second opportunity that he has, actually the third opportunity that he has had since his introduction. And it's showing the impact of him coming in for Red Arrows.
Well, a good part of a good striker is just to position yourself where you are going to have a chance. And that's what Joseph Peary is coming. He's told by Chisimbe where to stand and where to position himself as a striker that now looks like he's having a lot of chances.
So, Nkana through Charles Zulu, we're hoping to take that throw in quickly. So the referee decided that he should be taken on the correct position. Scott taking the ball back to the goalkeeper. So Nkana has got about 25 minutes to get back to this game. She's struggling to find goal scoring opportunities. The ball possession is pretty good in the second half, but creating real goal scoring opportunities, I think that's where Managed People's side need to work on.
Well, that's where, like you said, Managed People's just need to work on those areas in terms of scoring goals. They couldn't score against the Brown Rats. They couldn't score against Green Eagles. The last time that they scored was against Nkana when it ended 1-1. And the goal scored by strikers, by a defender. This is Banda.
Charles Zulu. Of course, looking for a cross into the box, but Charles Zulu. See, Chilwell Sunga has that one covered up. So definitely that's a confirmation of the substitute. Kambole coming in place of Idris Mbombo, who definitely had a muscle pull. And you could see that he was in tears every time that he was leaving the pitch. Nkana definitely trying to look quite aggressive in the second half, chasing for an equalizer. They're yet to score a goal in their last 3 games that they've played so far.
Well, they have really struggled, and this is a word for the coach. It's a word for the fan. It's a word for the sponsors. It's a word, I think, for everyone that has got an attachment with Nkana. Because look at this. 9 games, you just score a goal, scored by a defender. While other people are getting paid in terms of strikers, I think for me, it doesn't sit very well in terms of within. Amongst the strikers, I think they should be really fighting for their runs out. No wonder we've seen Idris Mbombo matching out the first substitution.
All right, so that is another confirmation for the substitute for Nkana FC. So Jacob Mkulube, Jacob Mkulube actually coming in for Evans Kambwa. When it's people bringing in life for life, trying to see if an fresh legs can actually get him the pressure that he needs up front and result into real goals, or probably goal scoring opportunities. And as they still continue on the hunt for an equalizing goal.
Yeah.
Pass. And of course, Joseph Perry.
2-0.
So two opportunities in getting 2 goals. What a poor pass from the Nkana defense.
So that's what you expect. You get to be punished when you just misplace in terms of passes. And that's what I told you. The good striker, it yields some goals. And this is what Joseph Peters done. A brilliant goal. And he says, thank you, God. I've just come in and I've scored. What a goal to put the Red Arrows in front of the 2 goals. What more can you crave for? Right now, I think they are really satisfied with what they have been craving for.
Well, looking at the Nkana players at this particular time, they're asking themselves, should we continue so that we can save ourselves from eroding here? Because from the look of things, it looks like this one is going to be a huge rooting, and we could see some signs.
Look at this one. A brilliant taking time. We saw that the goalkeeper was being beaten, was just a inside. And look at what a pass by Kawanda. Then this one, will take a full goal, and that's how Red Arrows scores the second goal. Fire Josephine. Brilliant goal.
Super sub proving that he could be a super sub. And another opportunity for Josephine. The ball was just
Voilà. Yes, or no? Ini karata yobe shai mwene po. Oh, so which means she so then she was like, "Ah, we shai mwene po." Quite they already proposed because for me, what he came up was like, "Ah, we wagomba shai moja." Nikwesa kumdunga te moko gomba. Eh? Eh? Mm.
An opposition by Saddam, and that's how the goal scored. So the first 10 minutes, that's how Red Arrows, and look at this during finish. Well finished. Like you are watching Messi putting it. Well calculated after the goalkeeper was off the line. And Joseph Peely, what a great finish.
Sorry, we had a phone call coming in.
Putting really in trouble.
So tomorrow we have got another huge match that will also definitely produce a lot of sparks. Green Buffaloes will be taking on Zesco United.
We're talking about
another game to look forward to.
Talking about Zesco United, they just lost the game on Thursday against Napsa. What a free kick by Christopher Walia.
Gonna keep taken by Nkana, but you're doing nothing much really.
Please, come on, can you score?
Campbell was actually looking for Matthews Banda. Matthews Banda looks for Patrick Gondo. Back to Matthews Banda. And exchange of passes between Patrick and of course Matthews. And of course Msiska comes in as well just to provide cover there.
Don't hold on to the ball.
And it goes into the box. But was missed. Obviously, once again.
Oh, what a miss by Charles Zulu Nelson. But a good play by the young ones. What talented. The exchange of passes that it was. Matthews, combination of Matthews and Patrick Gondwe. That led to a cross and well flagged by Charles Zulu. But not well in good position for shooting.
So on Bola on Topstar tomorrow on Sunday, you'll be able to watch another huge match at Green Buffaloes up against Zesco United. So if you haven't yet made a subscription, make sure that you do so that you don't miss out on any of the action.
Yeah.
But the goalkeeper is out just to prevent Lazarus Campbell from reaching to the ball. So it's been a very, very frustrating afternoon for Lazarus Campbell. who is yet to have a shot on target for Nkana. So Red Arrows has got a corner kick. Another one moment for Chiroba Sonda. The Nkana goalkeeper has been exposed twice so far. And of course, remember that the game between Green Buffaloes and Nkana and Cisco United actually was initially supposed to be played at 13, but it will be played at 15. Take note of that. Angel Oliver looking for a shooting opportunity.
Wow, what a goal, Nelson. What a goal, Nelson. Two players came in second half and they're able to write down their names. And it's written, remember, a great goal, a great experience. It makes it free you. For the Arrows.
So probably at this particular time, it's done and dusted. 3-0. Nkana broken. Despite all the ball possession that they enjoyed in the first minutes of the second half, but it resulted into nothing. Only to be exposed. The Red Arrows taking advantage of the exposed, defense of Nkana to get their third goal here at Nkoloma Stadium. Look at the fans of traveled miles and miles. Come and support the team. They are broken. You can imagine at the moment, after playing some good football in the second half, hoping that they could get back into
So
this.
this is look at this pass by Cedric. And look at that was brilliant. That was what a goal.
They wanted to be as much as they can, but it's just
Yeah. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Hello?